I was born in the year 1386, the son of Henry of Bolingbroke, who became Henry IV, King of England. From the moment I could walk, my path was clear. I was to be a warrior and a ruler. My childhood was spent among soldiers, not tutors, and I learned early that a crown is won not by birth alone, but by courage, by command, and by the grace of God. In my father's reign, I saw the turmoil of kingship, rebellion, suspicion, and endless war. I fought my first battles before I was a man, riding against the Welsh rebel Owain Glyndwr and his fierce mountain men. At Shrewsbury, when I was but 16, I fought in the thick of battle and took an arrow to the face. The shaft was drawn from my skull, and yet I lived. That wound marked me for life, a scar that reminded me of my duty and my destiny. When my father died, I was crowned Henry V, King of England, and I swore to restore the honour and unity of my realm. I ruled with discipline, for I had seen how pride and indulgence could undo a king. But my heart was always drawn to war, to France, where my ancestors had shed their blood, and where I believed my right extended by birth and by law. In the year 1415, I gathered my army and crossed the sea. My first conquest was Harfleur, a stubborn town that cost me dearly in sickness and men. Yet even as disease weakened us, I pressed on, for retreat would have shamed the crown. When we marched toward Calais, we met the French host at Agincourt. They outnumbered us 5-1, their knights proud and certain of victory. My men were weary, soaked in rain and mud, but I spoke to them as brothers, not lords and soldiers, but sons of England. I told them that whoever fought beside me that day would be remembered forever. And so it was. On the feast of St. Crispin, our longbowmen loosed a storm of arrows, and the flower of French chivalry fell in the mire. Agincourt was ours. Never had England known such glory. A small, hungry army defeating a mighty host. That victory made me a legend. But it was not legend I sought, only the peace that comes from strength. I returned to France again and again, determined to secure my claim. In time, the French king, Charles VI, saw that resistance was useless. In the year 1420, we signed the Treaty of Troyes. By it, I was named heir to the throne of France and wed his daughter, Catherine of Valois. For a brief moment, it seemed that God had blessed my purpose, that I would unite two kingdoms under one crown. In 1421, Catherine bore me a son, Henry my heir, yet I will not live to see him grow. While leading another campaign in France, I have fallen ill, struck down not by sword or spear, but by sickness. I now think not of defeat or death, but of the peace I hope my son will inherit. I have given England victory, pride and honour. That, I pray, is enough.